Hello, everybody. Welcome to the next session of From Nothing, Tam's story. We're going to pick up around where we left off, where you are still at Cavi's bar, and a plan has been set. You are kind of acting as a distraction, a diversion, or just, you know, being yourselves as you try and make your way through Augur City, whilst Marina Adelon and she's escorting the civilians that need to be brought to the safe house in the River Ward. So, as it is raining pretty heavily outside, and your party is kind of apprehensive but waiting to see what is about to happen, let me go ahead and pull up that splash.
Hooray. I don't have written down the exact part. I know that we were supposed to go through some part of the chapels while she looped around the other side. But I imagine that Tam still knows that information, the route that we're going to take.
Yeah, you're going down the main road, basically.
Okay,
Uh,
right. Is
you
there any, we were definitely told, don't, if we get captured, don't tell anyone anything. But Tam still would like to have some sort of story. Um, is there anything, I know that the chapels, they're part of the chapels that's kind of run down. Is there anything in particular around that area, in Augur City that they could be presumably going to check out?
in the East Chapels. Roll me a history check.
It's not great. 12.
Um, the East Chapels, is from what your own research and what Kaiser was telling you, is there's a lot of criminal activity and gangs deep in the East Chapels.
Mhm.
Um, as far as specific locations, you don't know it. Unfortunately, you just haven't been there.
Okay.
You could say, or you could come up with some story that you're trying to.
I mean, I think Tam's story would be that we've lost our rogue and we're trying to find her.
Okay, sure.
Because that seems that's a place where she might hang out. And we did, it's sort of the truth. We did lose our rogue.
Yeah, it is sort of the truth. I'm not gonna uh give you a hard time for that. Let's see. Let me go ahead and roll this. Do me a favor, roll me a d4.
Sure. 2.
Two. Okay. Roll me an insight check.
Ooh. Okay. 20.
So you sang this loyalist, or rather this rebellious anthem, rebellious considering the current regime, to those that are in Cavi's bar, and it went over well, and a lot of people were, uplifted and encouraged as to what they're currently doing. With a 20, there are 3 or 4 of the individuals that you are aware are going to be escorted to the safe house that look uneasy. They don't look like nefarious. They're not like mad dogging anybody or anything. They're not like shifty.
Sure.
They look uncomfortable, as if
Uh,
perhaps they are rethinking things.
oh, they don't want to be they don't want to be revolutionaries sort of situation?
I don't know if you could go that far, but they might be like regretting the decision to hard commit
Concern.
to a safe house.
Okay. Um Do I have time to talk to them?
Sure, Miranda's not back yet.
Okay. I will go over to them. Um, with my dragon, kind of like my little ink drake still on my shoulder.
Okay.
Um, and kind of be smiley. Uh, and say, "Hey, friends, you doing okay?"
Um. Okay. The there's a big, like maybe 6 foot tall human man and a much shorter, but much more stout looking dwarven woman, of these two. And the human man looks at you and he says, Um, we're doing fine. Been better.
Yeah, you're about to embark on something kind of scary. Yeah?
Um, yes. Yeah, we are. You're supposed to be, you're the merc that's gonna be being a distraction, right?
Sure am.
Okay. Well, uh, and he doesn't look like he knows, like, what to say to you. By approaching, you have put him on a spot where it's like he's trying to make a decision right now.
You want to tell me why you joined up here? I'd love to know.
I'm, um, I'm a, well, I was a carpenter, uh, you know, down at Mully's, the dry dock, and just, well, ever since this all happened, ever since the coronation, it feels as though me and, well, everyone that was part of my union and me and all my friends have been put out of work. And we're not, he looks at the dwarven woman, we're not getting by anymore. We can't afford to eat.
Yeah, I talked to a couple of people over there. Seems like a lot of places have been hit really hard.
It just, it wasn't like this before, uh, well, back when the old king was around, sure, things were tight and tough sometimes, but I was never worried about making enough money to put food on the table. There was always, if I couldn't find work, I could find odd jobs, but now, no one trusts anyone. It's
What
all,
boxed you out?
huh?
Is it just people came in and bought everything up? Prices went up?
Aye, they brought in carpenters, they said knew what they were doing from a artisan shop, and all of us, what they call just the skilled laborers. I've been a carpenter my whole life. Not a journeyman of my experience. Not good enough for them, I guess, because I'm not an elf.
Did Did you see? Did you see them? Did they know what they were doing?
No, I was off the shop floor. I couldn't. I was out of the dock. I got to assume they're doing something because the ships are still floating down the river.
Yeah, one wonders if they're floating without any leaks.
Well, that's not my problem. I more care about the paycheck that I'm not getting. And I just,
But you take pride in your work, yeah?
I do. Of course I do.
I take pride in mine, and mine is keeping you safe.
Well, that's not. He still looks like concerned, and the dwarven woman next to him looks at you. How do we know anything's going to get better? When all this is over and they're saying the king's going to be off the throne or a new one's going to be in. How do we know anything's going to be better? How do we know? What do you know? This is all... We can't trust anybody now. I still think we should just hop the pond.
Do I know anything about Dura Adelon?
Um,
Last time his sister told me that he's a war hero. Do I know any stories?
roll a history check.
Can I have help from my familiar on this, by any chance?
Uh,
I did okay.
how would Fable help you? How would you have your familiar give you the aid action on this?
Fable, Fable knows. I mean, I guess Fable more knows based on what I know about him. He seems to more know stories that aren't true, right? He knows fiction more than he knows fact, right?
He knows all sorts of stories. It doesn't matter if they're fictitious or not.
Okay, I think I would ask, hey, Fable, do you know any stories about this new king, Dura Adelon?
Uh, Fable suddenly, like, as he considers the question, a leather pouch that for you would be like the size of a rucksack, but is like, it's basically a thimble. He pulls it open and he begins pulling out scrolls and sheaves, and as he pulls them out, they like disappear into the ethereal, like as he pulls them out of the bag. And he looks in and he's like, Dura, 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 Dura. I know many stories. You want true ones?
Yeah,
Somewhat boring.
I know. I'm sorry, but I think that these kind people will be much more. I don't think they want to be entertained. They want to be reassured. And the truth is the best way to reassure someone.
Humans and your emotions.
Hey, who are you calling human?
You're more of it than I am.
Mm-hmm. You're still my familiar.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a tiefling. Thank you very much.
Fable looks at you, like, over the bag with one eye, and he's like, half human.
Half.
That's enough to be problematic. Ah! Okay. And he pulls out a sheaf of mystical parchment. Roll it with advantage.
Okay, rad. It'd be funny if it's lower. Oh, it's the higher. 22.
22. With the notations from Fable, and the information he gives you is not, like, profoundly helpful, but it does talk about, like, soldiers' impressions of Dura Adelon. What you know about Dura Adelon as a war hero is he has been like a military career man for Aurelia for most of his life, though he was a native Kayan. It seems as though, based on what you learn, Dura Adelon firmly believes in the inclusivity that is kind of the nature of Aurelia. He fell in love with the country at a young age and received basically a grand opportunity to learn stewardship and statesmanship and how to actually be a leader at the officers' college in Shorewatch. So he was originally tied into the same sort of education that Kaiza was.
Oh, interesting.
Obviously much longer ago. But Dura Adelon is an immigrant who seems to, by all evidence, love the nation of Aurelia and fought for it to defeat the Demon King Nagora. And as much as the bardic tales might wish to extravagate the stories of Dura Adelon leading the charge, in reality, it was his efforts, along with the efforts of Terracona, the Last Bastion, the Nightfalls, a famous mercenary group from the Merryguard Mercenary Academy, one you would have heard of, actually.
Sure.
One that the Paladin instructor is still
It's from,
part
yeah.
of. Like, these are all intertwined and connected, but the reality is Dura Adelon is the Aurelian commander who led the Aurelian charge on the Demon King Nagora. And so he
Okay.
is famous for preserving a lot of lives in that engagement and also for succeeding.
Amazing that you didn't think that was relevant. You're like, oh, that's not so helpful. I think the way that
So dry as a rice cake.
Tam is going to spin that is he's going to say, look, listen, I'm no noble. I understand that it's easy to imagine that the big wigs, when they change over, it's not going to matter. But this is a guy that didn't even come from here and cared about this place so much that he put his life on the line for it. And he defended other people for it. And I gotta believe that that guy is going to be better for this place and better for everybody here than a person that has a king's moot without like half of the noble population because he wants to pull one over on somebody. That's a guy, Demeric, based on the stuff that he's done, that's a guy that is just out for himself and his rich noble friends. And you're paying the cost of that now. I don't think this guy's going to be like that.
Roll a persuasion or a deception check at advantage.
Natural 18 for 29.
The big guy kind of leans back in his chair, slowly nodding, and he says, when you put it like that, it's hard to remember, the old stories and stuff, and it's hard to look past our problems right now. But you make a good point.
That's what I like about stories. They help us imagine a future that's different. More hopeful.
It is right after you say that, the door opens and Meridna Adelon enters. As she does, she looks around the tavern and spots you. But as she's looking around the tavern, she basically like clasps her hands in front of herself, and she says this very quietly, but with an authority that everyone hears and cannot ignore. Everyone, we depart for the river ward in 10 minutes. Make sure all of your belongings are gathered. You will see me taking on a different appearance. Do not be alarmed. It is still me. Tam, and she like gestures for you and your team. At your leisure, you are to begin your own journey to the outskirts of Augur City.
You got it, ma'am.
Whenever you are ready. And you see Meridna Adelon nods to you and then goes to find Kraber. The Krabers, sorry.
He's gonna grin up at the people he was just talking to. Say, all right, I'm off to do my job. Thanks for your service. And he'll head to the door.
You
I
hear
did
behind you the dwarven woman just say, thank you.
I did also want to check in. We all ate breakfast. We were given breakfast by Cavi. Did we get any temporary HP from that?
I don't remember rolling it.
That's okay.
I will roll it now. 4. All you
4.
gets
Hey,
4 temp HP.
4 is better than nothing.
It certainly is. It's 4 times as much.
Yeah, 4 times as much as nothing. Great.
As your party kind of gathers and gets ready, Wix is staring at Fable. Oh my gosh, he's adorable.
I know, right?
Where did he come from?
Myriad's plane.
How did I not notice him before?
I
You hear
mean,
Sagona say, you don't notice much, Wix.
he's a little distractible.
I like him.
I know, he's very likable. He knows every story.
I know many stories. Not all of them. Some
Many.
people haven't died yet to tell me.
More than I do.
Some people haven't died yet to tell him.
Well, yeah, he's from Myriad's plane. Creativity. I bet you he gets most of his stories from the people that pass over there, and they're real creative people.
I
Right?
get most of my stories from people that pass over there, and they are creative. Thanks. You're like Hiram is like looking at you and then up at Fable as he literally mirrored you, and Hiram just like, great. Well, I think you're delightful, and I'm going to be looking out for you.
Oh, look, you have fans, Fable. He's gonna pet his little head.
Fable is like, as always, he's constantly like inscribing something on parchment, and whenever he finishes with a piece, it vanishes into that same bag that seems to disappear on his person somewhere. And as you say that, he says, of course I do. I know all the stories, like you said.
I thought you only knew some of the stories.
I don't know all of them, just some of them. But I know enough that it might as well be all of them.
Oh, I see.
The question is, do I know them well enough to tell? And the answer is no. Your party, momentarily entertained by Fable, is ready to go. So on your lead, your team will head out of Cavies, out into the rain.
I'm going to actually ask Fable to go out ahead of us to see if he can scout a little bit with his wings.
Oh, work. All right.
I know. Sorry.
Just got comfortable. And he, like, the bag seems to vanish somehow, and he lifts off and flies out the door.
Cool.
Are you going
I
to-
have given him all of the descriptions of the Red Raiders. If he could keep an eye out for them, and if they're close, that would be excellent.
Okay. Do me a favor. You're going to roll me a perception check for Fable the Ink Drake. It is going to be a d20 plus 3.
D20 plus 3. 17.
Okay. Noted. All right. You hear in your mind, coast is clear.
Love to hear it. Thank you, buddy. We shall go. Cause our distraction.
Oh, yes. Your party heads out into the city proper. So, the way we're going to handle this is a bit like a skill challenge.
Okay, rad.
As you are proceeding, and I'm going to be using the map in sections, what you are trying to do, or rather what your mission is to be conspicuous enough that you attract the Goals Watch, but you don't, like, attract the city guard or cause, like, an inconvenience or a problem for the actual citizens of the city. You're trying to bait the Goals Watch into following you. without being too loud or obvious.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Without being too loud, does that mean like no playing instruments in the street or something like that?
So if you play... Okay, so the problem is if you're just walking through the street playing music, you're going to draw a crowd of people. And you won't be able to... Your team won't be able to track if Gold's Watch are following you.
Gotcha.
And you might actually get got. If you have too many people following you, you could get... It could be very bad.
We're trying to attract a very particular kind of attention.
Yes. Not too much. You're trying to control how many eyes are on you. And you know the Gold's Watch wants to know where you are. So being visible will work in some sections depending on how I roll. But also part of the skill challenge is going to be like you're trying to get the Gold's Watch interested enough that they think they might be able to maybe make a move on you so they aren't spreading their forces and are able to spot Meridna's group.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay.
Let me set the scene for you before anything else. This will be a lot more simple once we actually get going. You and your party step out into the plaza in the center of Augur City. It is raining. The streets are muddy. The cobblestones, like all the soil, is washing up on top of the stones. It is an oily surface. There are going to be places that are difficult terrain, just from how heavy the rain is. As you are out in front of the tavern, you kind of get a lay of the land, and you see that Augur City, a lot of the buildings are 2 to 3 stories high, and it prevents a lot of sight lines onto rooftops and high balconies. It is almost like the plaza is nice and open, but you can see the road that leads to the East Chapels, that main road that goes up to the city gate that you have been assigned to head towards. That road looks real claustrophobic. Lots of tall buildings, and the center road is pretty narrow. Not much wider than an alley, unfortunately. It is basically just wide enough for 2 carriages to scrape by each other going opposite directions. And
is it the only road, or is there something that's like wider and more obvious?
It's the only road that goes into the East Chapels. The East Chapels is kind of the low economy section of the city.
Gotcha.
And while there may have been other open roads, they've all been developed, or like slum has taken over those sections. So the main road that goes through the East Chapels, which is just called the Chapel Road, is leading straight to the gate that heads northeast, and is the direction Meridna has asked that you pull the Gold's Watch to, if you can. So that road, the claustrophobic one with the high buildings on both sides, which your mercenary instincts are telling you is pretty darn solid for an ambush, that's your course.
Okay, so we're heading into a place where it would be easy to be ambushed, is what I'm hearing.
However, there's also, it's not crowded, but there are civilians and carriages and carts making their way up and down the road. Just the typical business that happens during the day. It's like 9 in the morning right now.
Sure.
So
is there a way that I can like get the rest of my team to kind of like can we like look like we're going to be sneaky, but in a way that makes clear to the people around us that we're trying to be sneaky? Like I'm trying to think about, like, we want to attract the attention of the Gold's Watch. The Gold's Watch probably has spies around, especially as we get deeper into the chapels. So I want to try to, like, is it possible for me to try to, like, trigger something that other people would find suspicious and get information back to them?
Ah, I see. Okay.
I want to behave suspiciously on purpose.
So that would be performance, and it would be your whole team's performance. So instead of a stealth check, your team would be like rolling a performance check to try and look like they're trying to be sneaky, but failing.
Like, don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Basically, the issue is you don't want it to be like too obvious that you're putting on a show.
Right, sure.
You can absolutely roll that if you'd like. You can roll performance as a team.
So my thought was like, if Tam like goes to try to like go up and over the buildings to get a sense of like to like see if there's an ambush point there, but then he like falls down or like, you know, calls attention to himself, like nat one's his stealth basically.
Okay, so a pratfall, basically.
Yeah, yeah, basically.
All right. So for the first section, as you're exiting the plaza, going toward East Chapel Road, you're going to try and pratfall to make it look like you're trying to be careful and sneaky, but failing.
Yes.
I'm still going to require a performance check from the rest of your team.
Sure.
Because they are watching you do this, and they have to look like they're not, like, just expecting you to fail. You know what I mean? It is still an act.
Sure. Which I have some low charisma folks. Well, I guess we'll just go with. I don't know if I can give anybody guidance or something like that ahead of this, if that's allowed. If it's just a regular.
You can give people guidance, sure. You kind of look at your team. You consider who's got what strengths. Sagona's pretty charismatic. Yep. Hiram is... He has a strong will. He's not great with people, but he does have a charisma about him. Wix is... Awkward. Wash is almost as charismatic as you.
Okay, I'll give guidance to Wix.
Okay. Let me roll. Hiram rolled a natural 20.
Amazing. We love that.
Okay. Sagona rolled a natural 16. Wix has guidance. Let me roll that d4.
Natural 18 for a 29.
Okay. What does this look like? Describe for me what that performance roll for Tam of pratfalling. What does it look like as he tries to do a convincing sneak look on the rooftops?
The performance is going to start with, like, they're going to, like, be going out, and then they're going to kind of, like, go off into, like, sort of a little side street and, like, have a low conversation, but they're all in a clump.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're, like, clearly making a plan in view of other people. And then Tam is going to kind of, like, sort of stick to the shadows and, like, kind of try to do an actually good stealth for a minute and kind of, like, scramble up onto one of the buildings, onto the like rooftops to scale the roof, and then is just gonna like lose his balance, quote unquote lose his balance, and like kind of slow himself enough that he doesn't like he doesn't like actually hurt himself.
Mm-hmm.
But he's gonna be like, I twisted my ankle. Wash, you better go up there instead.
As you're falling, so Wix rolled a natural 1.
Oh no.
So what happens is, like, as you hit the ground, you hear Wix say, "Oh, nice, you think they saw that?" And just Hiram rolling so well, just we better hope not, or they're gonna think we're incompetent. And Wash, like, does as you say, and just kind of runs up the wall because monk shit.
Yeah, sure. Why should it have been him in the first place? This is why we picked him, because he's good at performance, not because he's a monk that can run up walls.
Yep. But even though Wix rolled a natural 1, the rest of your party rolled really well. So that challenge was a success. You have started this endeavor with a good performance check to convince them that you are trying to be sneaky, and we're seen.
Yes.
So even though Wix dropped the ball with a 1, you rolled well enough to redeem it. Amazing. So you proceed forward down the street. It is cramped, as described. There are a whole lot of like barrels and wagons and old vendor carts that are like no longer in service, basically, just like stands that were once offering a business or something and they are now vacant. As you are walking into this, I'd like a perception check. Actually, let's get a marching order before anything else. Let's get a marching order to figure out what layout you guys are. So I'm going to move you. I don't think you've seen this particular marching order screen before.
I feel like probably if Wash ran up the wall and is kind of our eyes in the sky, she's probably first.
Okay.
And then Tam is probably, like, I would say Tam is maybe second. Hiram has good eye. Well, Hiram and Sagona both have good eyes and can kind of like take up the rear. We can keep Wix in the middle because
Okay.
she's not as perceptive.
Do you want Sagona in the back or Hiram?
Let's put Sagona in the back.
Okay.
Well, actually, no, let's put Hiram in the back. Sagona can like make some noise and draw some attention and be, dwarfing it up.
Okay, sure. That is your marching order. All right. So, as your team proceeds onward, Wash looking up from the rooftops. Hold on a minute. Roll me another perception check for Fable, the D20 plus 3.
Oh, oops. Sorry, I rolled my own. That's a D12. That's not what we want. Okay, I rolled a 5 for myself.
Okay,
so that's going to be
an 8. 8 for...
Yeah.
All right. You see in the corner of your eye, Fable is flying low over the far rooftops opposite Wash. And he has found something.
Oh, interesting. What did you see?
He has landed on like the gable of a rooftop where there's a window that's open, and he is inspecting something on the wooden like frame of the window.
Okay, can we go over to where he is?
He's on the second story, so like you can go underneath him.
Okay, I'll go underneath him. Can Wash go to where he is, or is she too far down?
Wash is on the north side of the street.
Gotcha.
Fable's on the south side of the street.
What'd you find, buddy?
Someone has carved their initials here, along with a little confession of love.
Oh, that's sweet. You think it means anything in particular?
It means that someone with a remarkably skilled hand, likely someone who is an accountant or perhaps a reporter, carved this and has feelings for one Adriana.
Oh. Well, that's adorable and
You
fascinating.
suspect Fable got distracted.
Yeah, sure. I'm so tempted to be like, well, but they don't know that. But I imagine that would also be performance, and I have to do different stuff for a skill check.
You do have to do a different roll. We are rolling with the performance roll. We're sticking with that throughout this. So, yeah, it can be performative, but Fable is distracted.
Sure. Hey, buddy, that's a real sweet story. Could you maybe look for danger, though?
Do you have a piece of coal or charcoal?
Do I have a piece? I probably have a piece of charcoal, right?
You have a tinder box. You would have.
Yeah, yes, I have a tinder box.
Can I borrow it? Real quick?
Yeah, come on down.
No, just throw it up. I don't want to lose this.
Okay. Yeah, sure, I'll throw my tinder box.
He takes the piece of charcoal out, and he begins to do a rubbing of this.
Yeah, Tam is being like, okay, well, we're supposed to be distracting, so here we are in the middle of the street. Do I have a sense that there's anyone that is watching us at this point? Like, is there anything we can do to draw attention while this is happening?
For the imagery, on like the north side, you have this Triton monk who's crouched atop a roof looking down at
Yep.
4 mercenaries who are like hands on their hips looking up at this little drake that's in a window frame. One of them is like trying to negotiate with the little this tiny dragon. People are walking by and noticing. You are attracting attention. People are looking at you. You can roll me a insight.
Persuasion? Insight? Okay.
This is an insight to see who is taking a profound interest, if anybody.
Oh, that's only a 2. I imagine my familiar's busy, so there's no way I can get help.
Yeah, he cannot help you. He's busy taking a rubbing of this inscription on a window frame.
Can I at least guidance myself? Or I guess not. I'm busy. I'm not casting a spell. 7 is what I said.
With a 7, you don't know. I mean, you're a little distracted, unfortunately. You kind of feel a little sheepish on like as you this. Well, maybe I'm not going to tell you how you feel, but you get like the vibe of people like, what is this guy doing? Just you are attracting attention, and it's mostly civilians, mostly just the people on the street that are like going around you as they're trying to go about their business. Eventually, Fable finishes his rubbing, and he puts it away. Right. What were you doing? What was I doing?
Remember how you were going to be looking for danger?
Oh,
Red Raiders? Yeah, remember?
I remember.
Yeah.
I
Thanks.
wrote it down.
Thanks, yeah.
On that slip. Okay. Hold on.
Thanks, buddy.
He lifts off and resumes his duties, but that's what the 8 perception got you in this instance. So, unfortunately, in this stage, the second stage of the skill challenge, you have no perspective as to where any Red Raiders are, at least not yet. That being said, there are people around you. It's busy on the street. What do you do?
We're not at the same place as that noodle guy. Remember
No. I do remember him. That was
I was trying to figure out if I could like make have them have a noodle war or something.
The Brockadeller competition.
Yeah. Yes.
That was not in this region, I'm afraid. If you want to look for vendors or something like that, there's lots of people on the street.
Yeah. Is there any chance maybe Wash is up there? Is there
I'm sorry, you cut out. So you're considering people around the street.
I was considering people. How shady of a part of town are we in at this point? Are we like deep in the chapels?
Not yet. So you're right in the end, like the first couple of blocks within the chapels, which as far as the chapels go, it's lower middle class, but it's not like the slums, and it's not like you're dealing with gang violence or anything like that. There's not highwaymen or bandits looking to mug you. You are just off the plaza.
Gotcha. My thought was when we get deeper into the chapels, I'm going to try to witness a crime that we can like try to stop to get a commotion or something.
So okay, like that. Yeah, that could totally happen later on.
The
immediate area in front of you, right in the entry of the chapels, the road proceeds like flat straight ahead on the right hand side. There's lots of buildings that are close together, but to your left there is like it's a small courtyard that looks like it has been. It looks like it once was like a gallows or a stage of some kind. But that stage is no longer what it is for anymore. You see this big wooden table that's clearly weather-worn, has all sorts of traders and merchants, but they're not like what you'd expect from like a market district. These look like flea market traders, like junk traders, basically.
Junk traders, sure.
It doesn't look like people are looking for gold. It looks like people are looking for barter, like straight up items for items. And these tables are covered in stuff. And there's people, but it's raining, so it looks like it's a little more scarcely populated than you might have expected. Above this little market area, this bartering post, you see Wash is like looking down from the rooftop.
Okay. Is there a way? Does it seem like everyone there's not really any cracks that I can step on to kind of like cause a commotion in terms of like people being competitive about their wares or anything?
Well, the wares all it looks like everything's secondhand and traded
Yeah,
for.
The wares are pretty secondhand.
Everything is pretty much, it just looks like people come and like they need a specific thing, like utensils or kitchenware or like tools and stuff like that. They'll trade.
Is there anything among this pile that I could sort of say like, oh my god, this is like a priceless artifact, and try to like start a bidding war over something?
Roll an investigation.
I'm not great at that.
Well,
this is what we're doing. All right, so that's only a 10. Can I guidance myself?
yeah, you can. You are trying to like do a thing here. You can guidance for that. You're cogent and aware. You're inspecting this trading table. So with a 12, you see that there is on the trader's table, and this table is big. It's like 10 foot wide by like 20 feet long. The various vendors have like these dividers set up in between their sections of wares, and you're actually watching some of the traders like look at other traders' wares, and they'll like swap things. One of the things that you see is kind of nestled back in a corner vendor's wares is, it looks like a pitcher, like a water pitcher. And at first glance, it just looks like it's pewter. But as you're looking at it, it looks well made enough and tarnished enough that it might be silver, and you might be able to pass it off as something more.
Like platinum or something.
Yeah, or like made by some famous silversmith or something. I don't know. You're the bard.
Okay. Do I know a famous silversmith?
Johnny Appleseed. No, there's lots of sorry.
Can I ask Sagona if she knows a famous silversmith?
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, you can ask Sagona. Let me roll a history for her. Sure. Barthane Kettlemantle, as the Kettlemantle Smiths and such, they're from Stoutfell.
They got any sort of mark that they put on their stuff?
She like does like a hand gesture, like drawing an image, and you get the impression it's like a kettle, like the side profile of a kettle.
Can I minor illusion that on the bottom of this kettle?
Ah, yeah, you can absolutely do that.
All right. I'm going to. Okay. One more thing. I would like to kind of step to the side and cast this kind of to myself and then go into the sort of flea market area. I would
Okay.
like to throw out detect thoughts, and I just want surface thoughts of folks to get a sense of like who would be the most likely to buy, who would be the most gullible that might actually buy this.
Hold
That
on.
this
I need to. Let's make sure they're not both concentration.
but detect thoughts is concentration.
I don't know if minor illusion is or not. I don't think so.
I don't think so. It just
It
yeah.
lasts a minute. No, it is not concentration. Okay, you can do that. All right. Roll. What is your spell DC?
17.
Okay, you are casting detect thoughts. There's a few. There's like a mostly what you get is people just like having the day-to-day thoughts about like I need to go to the grocery store. We need lemons. Just just trying to remember things that there's some like arguments going on between like families and stuff like that. Just the typical thoughts.
Typical stuff.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking to see if anyone's like particularly desperate, like really needs a win right now.
Okay, with your detect thoughts.
That really needs like to find a special like the people that go to the flea market that are like treasure hunters that they really want to find a treasure. They're like prepared to see it.
Roll. I'm going to ask you for another investigation. You are literally sifting through people's surface thoughts.
Yep. Almost a 20, but not quite. 19.
So the way I see detect thoughts works is you can use detect thoughts to like just detect if somebody is somewhere. But if you're like trying to focus on one person's thoughts, you're looking at them. And the spell just gives you what you like hear their voice or you literally like it's
your inner monologue.
Yeah, you hear that, or you get like a little glimpse of it like you would your familiar. With a 19, you're looking at different people. You're scanning like no, not that guy. And then with a 19, your eyes settle on a middle-aged, maybe 40, 45, half-elven woman who looks tired and pretty downtrodden as she is at the corner of this vendor's table. And as you're looking into her thoughts, she at first you almost don't catch it because it just seems like numbers. And then you realize she's literally doing the math as to how much money she has and how much money she needs to buy, like, food for the table tonight.
Oh. I feel bad about this.
This is, dude, it's a city that is getting economically ravaged.
I do not know what I expected. Tim feels bad about it. But he will slap that sign and he'll like look over at Sagona and he said, Kettlesmith. Did you say Kettlesmith? Did you say Kettlesmith, Sagona?
Kettlemantle.
Kettlemantle. Like the sign like that?
Oh, you are a dirty dog. Okay. Roll me, no. You are lying, Tam.
Oh yeah, I guess
you are
that's true.
rolling deception, but you can't have advantage because Sagona is helping you with her own history.
21.
I guess I am lying, yes. 21. The woman, like as you say that, the woman looks up at you and then at the pitcher. And before anything else happens, she like picks up the pitcher, like she's right next to it. I saw it first.
Wait, no. I saw the little sigil on there. What are you talking about?
That doesn't matter. I saw this first. I was about to buy it.
You were over there by that place. Nuh-uh. No.
And the vendor is like, all right. Both of you make me an offer. And Sigona's like, well, if it's genuinely a kettle mantle, a piece like that could be worth quite a bit. And you watch as this, like, woman is, like, holding the pitcher. She, like, begins to, like, sift around her clothes. And, like, as this is happening, like, more and more people, like, start shouting, like, "Oi, I'll put on 5 gold for that piece." And then you suddenly have a bidding war.
Excellent. Tam will stick around for some of it and then bounce and let things proceed as they will and continue down the street.
Okay. Let me roll. Okay. This bidding war, this commotion that's occurring at this market stall, has created a sufficient noisy attraction that a lot of civilians specifically are like crowding around to see what the hell is going on, as people are like shouting and talking and jeering. And like as you're like heading down the road, you like hear one say like, "Where's the Maker's Mark? You said you saw it." Like just like it's getting like louder and louder.
Excellent.
Because it only lasts a minute by the time you get that far away.
Yeah, absolutely.
Second skill challenge, success.
Yes.
All right, we move on to the next stage. Well done.
Thank you.
Okay. As we proceed into the Eastern Chapels, it is more of a straight road that is like the buildings are almost like pressed up against each other at this stage. As it is getting more and more packed, you haven't seen city guards at all at this point.
I have learned that they don't patrol around here.
Mm-hmm.
My friend that was a city guard told me that.
It's true. And it's, you know, like you're a mercenary and you have some pretty proficient individuals with you. That being said, as you are making your way down these blocks, you cannot help but feel a little targeted. You feel like maybe it's the Gold's Watch watching you or not, because there are a lot of like little nooks and crannies in these blocks where the alleys connect to buildings, and the alleys are so narrow that they're not really escape routes. Like you can't fit easily between these buildings. It doesn't look well planned. It looks, well, it smells unpleasant. It smells like mold and mildew in the rain, which is an unpleasant combination here. Not well cared for. As you're making your way with the rest of your group from these overhangs and low awnings and shadowy corners of the alleys and buildings, you cannot help but notice cloaked individuals that maybe they're Gold's Watch, maybe not, are making themselves known to you. And I don't mean like they're following you. I mean just like they're becoming like visible enough that you're aware of them.
They want me to know that I'm there.
Yes.
That they're there. Yes. Can I have Fable check them out and confirm if they're Gold's Watch or not?
Fable, who like can fly a little closer, but they're not far from you. You can have Fable roll an investigation, or you can roll one yourself, basically. If Fable rolls an investigation, it's a d20 plus 2.
I will roll an investigation.
Okay. Like, your ink drake is a very talented little drake, but
yeah, I totally get it. I rolled a 9 because I'm rolling terribly on investigation today.
that's okay. +5 is a pretty good bonus to investigation. You can't. I will say with a 9, you definitely don't see any of the shiny bits of armor that you saw on the Gold's Watch when they attacked Cavies.
But I have fought that. I have reason to believe that I have fought plainclothes Gold's Watch before.
You do have reason to believe that. I will say.
We got jumped outside the mint. We got jumped outside the mint, and it seemed like they were maybe Gold's Watch that were jumping us.
With a 9, these individuals, their clothes are very, like, they're a mishmash hodgepodge of different clothes. They could be Gold's Watch in plain clothes, but they don't. With a 9 investigation, you don't see, like, anything obviously Gold's Watch about them. Which doesn't help, but they could be Gold's Watch, but you just don't see, like...
we don't know.
Not from that.
I'm gonna stroll down another block or two and see if they keep following us.
Oh, they're not following you. They're just making them... Like, it almost feels a little orchestrated, as they are, like, stepping out into the awnings and shadowy, like, protection from the rain that the buildings are providing, but it's just dark enough that you can't easily see who they are. And there's a lot of them.
How many is a lot?
At this point, like 8.
Damn.
Roll me and just a straight perception check.
19.
19. One of them, who is pretty short, maybe halfling short, like a tall halfling, or maybe just a very thin dwarf, steps out from an alley. And you notice that as he does, like there's like a tensing of shoulders from all the other ones in the area. Good morning.
Good morning. I feel remarkably surrounded.
You should feel that way.
Is that a threat?
No. Not at all. I'm not trying to threaten you. Your reality is that you happen to be surrounded.
I can think of a few reasons why someone would surround somebody if it was not a threat.
Well, I can only think of a few reasons that an errant group of Barragard mercenaries might be wandering their way into our little homestead out here. You maybe want to illuminate?
Oh, you said you could think of a few reasons. How about you tell me?
No, that's not how this works.
Oh, so it is a threat.
Oh, it is now.
Okay. Well, I regret to inform you that why I'm here is really none of your business.
That's where you're wrong. This is our home, and you are trespassing.
I'm just trying to get out of town, friend.
Roll a... I mean, that's technically true.
It's true.
But it's a partial truth. It's too partial to say persuasion. I need a deception check.
Okay.
I'm trying to work with you, but it was just too...
I understand.
There's too much there. 19. Just trying to get out of town. Through our humble little chapel gate.
Yep.
Do you know who I am? Or who we are?
I sure don't. Do you want to enlighten me?
You...
Presumably you live here.
New in town, are you? Oh.
Yeah.
I know who you are. Okay. Yeah. I'm Vincent Caruso.
Have I heard that name?
I don't think so.
Is
But
that
you can.
Kaisa's friend? Kaisa's friend that owes a favor to her? Or is that some other family?
Ooh, do you remember what Kaisa said that name was?
Yeah. Let me look it up. I know I have it in my notes. Let's see. Favors. Ah! Sorry, my cat.
That's fine. I understand.
Let's see. Someone owed her a favor. Uh, Belcass. She was going to call in a favor from the Belcass.
Yep. Which is specifically not this guy's name.
Not this. So he must be some other crime guy.
That is your first impression. Seems criminal. You have not heard the name Caruso before.
I'm not familiar with you in song and story. Do you want to tell me so I can put it in my little bard noggin and maybe write you a song later?
Oh, we don't need a song. All I require from an illustrious little group of mercenaries such as yourself is that...
All.
I'm sorry?
Well, that's just uncharitable to call us little. I think we're actually a rather normal-sized group of mercenaries.
Noted. A humble toll, 10 gold apiece. And we'll leave you alone.
A humble toll, huh?
Mm-hmm. And that includes your little spider-legged one up there.
10 gold is pretty steep, friend.
With it comes the insurance policy that we will not be taking it by force. And you'll be safe to travel our humble little street to your heart's content.
What do you think, Sagona? Are you up for paying a toll today?
Sagona doesn't know how to react. You hear her like, Tom, what do you want me to do?
Friend, let's negotiate.
Oh, we have a business deal. Okay. What did you have in mind?
Well, clearly you want gold. You've got a nice little extortion scheme here. And I imagine it works on a lot of civilians. A lot of civilians are not mercenary trained.
You think
Do
we
you
toll... Wait a minute. You think that we, the heart of this city, would toll the benevolent and gentle good folk that would travel our street? You really think that?
I think if you're tolling me, what's to keep me from thinking that you're tolling everybody?
You look like you're good for it.
Sure, I have a fancy sword. Doesn't mean I'm not like common folk.
You do also happen to have a neat little, a neat little badge that tells us all you make plenty of coin on the side. Or are we wrong? Have we read the situation poorly? I don't think we have.
You never know another person's pain until you talk to them. And you didn't want to come up talking to me. You wanted to come up letting me know I was surrounded and making threats.
No.
In this place where the city guard fears to tread.
Well...
This seems like not a very fair business model, don't you think?
You could always turn around. Go back where you came.
Ah, yes, I would give you an excellent view of my back in doing so.
It would, aye. You don't have to turn around, I suppose. You can backpedal. Either way, if you wish to proceed down our friendly little chapel road, it'll be 10 gold apiece.
It doesn't feel so friendly.
It's friendly right now.
anyway.
What do we need the gold for?
Mhm.
Hey, Marcus! And you hear from, like, on a rooftop. Yeah? When's the last you ate? 2 days ago. There you have it.
So you're employing people that haven't eaten very much
Oh,
in
we're
your
not.
scheme to threaten people.
Well, he's far away. That's the good thing
People
about a
that-
crossbow.
People that are starving? This is how you run your scheme?
Yeah, we don't have a choice. As you can see.
3 gold apiece.
And you're calling
That'll
me
feed
the...
That'll feed you plenty of meals.
If it was
If
just
food is
me,
all- If food is all you want.
8 gold apiece.
6.
You know what? Sure. 6 gold apiece. That'll be 36 gold.
36 gold.
And I promise we will not hinder you in any way.
I think I'm going to need it in writing.
Well, you got paper?
I do.
Do I
Tam will
look
write
like I carry paper?
Tam will write up a little contract.
Okay. Vincent Caruso very curiously watches you write out a contract. What are you stating in this contract?
I'm essentially stating that given I have given the circumstances into which my party and I were the circumstances into which we were backed in under pressure and duress, we parted with 36 gold to keep the peace, and with the promise that we will not be harangued anymore by Vincent Crusoe and his men until we leave the opposite gate.
Okay. You write that contract down?
And we have already paid our debt and will therefore be free of harassment hereafter.
True to my word, my folk, my friends, will not bother you one bit.
All right. Do you know how to sign your name?
He raises an eyebrow. I manage. Do you happen to have 36 gold? Because I haven't seen a lick yet.
I would like your name first, and then I will give you the gold.
He seems wary about signing a contract without seeing the coin first. Have you tried any magical malfeasance on the contract?
Nope.
He inspects it carefully and then signs it.
Tam did not put a date, however.
Okay.
He is planning to flash this same document on the way back.
Should it come up.
Should it come up, just in case.
Mm-hmm.
And then he will pay for the whole party.
36 gold.
Mhm.
You hand the gold to Vincent. He slides the coins like between the fingertips and into his pocket. I wish you all a very pleasant day.
Eat well, friend.
We will. And he like turns and nods and vanishes off the street. And it's as though, like, every single individual that was watching, like Homer Simpson's into the darkness.
Into the shadows. Yeah.
I didn't expect you to just pay the toll, but that skill challenge is complete. You deal with a criminal encounter successfully.
And now I have something to show the Gold's Watch.
Sure, you have a contract signed Vincent Caruso.
Yep.
Okay. We move on to the next stage. We're deep into the heart of the chapels now. Okay. I'd like another perception check for Fable.
Natural 20! Natural 20 for 23.
Okay. So, as you're getting into the East Chapels, the heart of the district here, you hear... You said to let you know when, I saw one of them Red Raiders?
Mm-hmm. You see one?
Down the end of the street, there's like looks like a fork in the road, and there is a building with a tower. And in it, I think, is one of them.
Do you know which one?
Gray skin fella, horns.
I think that's the rogue.
You want me to do something about it?
What kind of thing would you do about it?
I don't know. Make him
Sneak up on it?
make him sneeze a lot, or smell something real bad.
You can make him sneeze a lot?
I can try.
I'm a little worried that he might hurt you.
Ah, if that happens, you just call me back, or resummon me. I don't know.
Are you sure?
Fable,
I mean-
looks at you with a tilted head. You know how familiars work, right?
I do know how familiars work, but I imagine that it's not pleasant to get violently shunted from your plane, you know?
I mean, it's not that bad. You just kind of tickle for a moment, and then you're somewhere else.
Okay, well, how about this? How about you, if he seems like he's watching us, how about when we're going by, you distract him with sneezes, okay? So he loses sight of us.
Okay, you want me to get close and see if I can pull something on him?
Yeah.
All right, I can try that. And you watch as Fable vanishes from view.
Okay.
Roll me a stealth at advantage for Fable the Ink Drake, which is a D20 plus 7.
D20 plus 7. Dan, more than mine. Nope, that's a D8. That's not a D20 at all.
No.
It is an 8 on the D8. That's nice. Let's see. 14 plus 7 and 15 plus 7. 15
22.
plus 7, 22.
Okay. All right. You don't see Fable anymore, as he has gone invisible. Then, as a moment passes as your group continues down the road a little bit, you hear Fable in your mind say, "There's more of them here than I thought. It looks like they got an ambush waiting or something. They look like they're hiding behind barrels and stuff."
Okay, buddy. How about you come back out? Because I don't want them to see you and give away our position. How many of them? All of them?
I can see 3 on the little, what looks like a patio in front of you. And then right below this tower, there's a mage that's hidden, tucked under the wall.
Okay.
There might be
How
more,
about
but
you?
that's all I can see from here.
We know where they are. We know their position. That's great. It means that we won't be. It won't be. It means that we won't be surprised. That's amazing. Thank you for doing your job. How about you come on back?
Okay. As he is flying back, let me go ahead and... So, your performance roll, it appears, worked. And as we are going to pull this over this way, let me go ahead and show you. This is the corner of East Chapels. You might have to zoom out a little bit to see, but what information Fable has provided to you is there are 3 Goldswatch on this patio. There is a mage hidden in full cover on this deck, and in this tower is one of the Red Raiders.
Okay. And have they seen us yet?
I mean, you don't know? It's kind of hard to tell. They look from... You don't actually see them. You just know they're there because of Fable.
Oh, Fable. Yeah. I'm going to very quietly let my team know where that like what they're where they are and what their positions are.
Okay.
It is Tam's opinion that we should focus the mage first.
Sure.
But we shouldn't neglect the Red Raider's probably going to be the strongest. Especially if he's the rogue type. I have a suspicion that he's going to try to get away, and we might not. I know it was originally our plan to try to get them, as many of them, off board as possible, but I think he's going to be fast. He's going to be it'll be easy for him to get away.
The Red Raider, you mean?
The Red Raider, yeah.
Okay.
So like
time as Fable is flying back to you, time is like paused as you're deciding what to do.
Sure.
Basically, as soon as you make a decision, we're rolling initiative because there's no surprise round, at least not for these 5.
Not through these 5. Got it. I think the plan is jump on the mage first.
Oh, the one at the end of this one here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, jump on the mage first. See if we can keep one of them, knock one of them out. No lethal force. See if we can knock one of them out so we can capture them.
Okay. You are aware. You can't see him because he's invisible, but Fable is here. And he's like
Amazing.
30 feet up above the ground. In this moment, let's go ahead and roll initiative.
What kind of stuff can Fable do?
So, Fable, being an ink drake, what?
He can breathe ink, right?
He can breathe ink, which is like a blinding breath attack. He can perform some spells, but he kind of just does them at will. He's kind of just an entity of chaos. You can tell Fable to like attack someone or help an ally, and he will maybe use spells that fit the moment according to his whim.
Sure.
He is a chaotic creature, so
he's a chaos entity. Is there a way that I can get him to? I don't know if it's an area of effect, but if we have got these 3 dudes lined up, can he breathe ink on them?
He can breathe ink on one of them.
He can breathe ink on one of them. Okay.
Yeah, it is a single, like a line, and it stops at the first target hit.
Okay.
Because it's ink. It's not like a gas or
It's
anything.
ink. Yeah. Sure. That makes sense. If he could blind whatever one he thinks.
So that's going to happen on your turn. I need you to roll initiative.
Yeah. 26.
Okay. 26. All right. As we begin, you are going first. So, on your turn, you can bonus action convey to Fable to attack or aid. Otherwise, just like thinking Fable to do stuff as he wishes is just, it's at will. You don't have to spend your bonus action. But if you want to tell him to attack or use an ability or something, that does take a bonus action.
Sure. Okay. I'm going to... So Fable will do whatever he wants if I don't command him to do something, right?
Correct.
Okay. I think I'm going to let him do what he wants.
Okay, so then I'm rolling to see what he does. And it can be all sorts of things. It can be helpful. It can be not helpful.
Sure.
It's a D12. And just so you know, he's chaotic. So
he's chaotic.
He might be playing pranks the whole time. He might go take a nap.
Will he ever hurt any of us?
He will never hurt his allies. He won't ever hurt you. He might prank you, but he won't hurt you.
What Tam wants to do, because we've got this nice little line here, is I want to throw Hypnotic Pattern up. Hypnotic Pattern, his good opening move. Let's see, this is 120 feet, a 30-foot cube. So if can I get all three of these guys in a 30-foot cube?
Let's see. Yeah.
Cool.
You could get these three in the 30-foot cube, easy.
Wisdom saving throws from them, and they all know. Everybody knows the drill about how not to wake up people that are in Hypnotic Pattern, because as long as he's got concentration, they're gonna just be charmed.
Okay. First one on the left, natural 20. Okay.
Fuck.
That's how it goes sometimes. Middle one, 17.
I am DC 17, alas.
He succeeds. Last one, 7.
Okay, so one dude down.
Okay, this guy is incapacitated for the moment. All right. So Hypnotic Pattern goes out.
Tam is going to duck behind cover over here. And I guess he will bonus action. I was gonna Bardically Inspire, but I think I'm gonna bonus action have Fable try to blind one of these other guys.
Okay. Then Fable will... It's a 15-foot line, so he flies here. The guy in the middle looks a little bit more intimidating. No, the guy on the left looks a little more intimidating. He's going to try and blind him. So, spout of ink through the guy, and he needs to make a dex save. 3. He does not succeed. He is blinded. And then Fable will fly up and over this way. Actually, no, he's going to fly down and get into cover underneath the wall.
Love it.
Okay. It is now the Red Raider's turn. He raises his crossbow. He kind of sees that the cat is out of the bag. He says something that none of you can hear. Over the table, he basically says, "They know we're here. That's that." And he takes a shot. He's going to use Brace to get advantage on his shot. And I'm going to roll a d4 to see who he is shooting.
What's Brace?
Brace is a ability where if you do not use any of your movement, you spend your entire turn focusing on your shot, and you gain advantage.
You Battle Master? Fascinating.
He's something. Okay, so he is shooting at Sagona. That is a 24 to hit, which will absolutely hit Sagona.
By how much?
Sagona's AC is 19, so it's by 5.
By 5, okay. I only can... Dynamic Deflection can only... Oh, but I could Cutting Words, though.
You
I will
could.
do that. I will do that.
Okay, so you cutting words. Go ahead and roll it. Reduces the attack roll by what?
Only 4, alas.
Not quite enough.
Close.
Sagona takes this. Okay, Sagona takes 14 points of piercing damage plus... this.
How much is this? Oh my god, that's
She takes 26 points of damage from that shot.
rude. Rude.
Okay. He then cranks the lever on this crossbow and fires again.
Oh my god. Rude.
Yeah, I know. 18 to hit, which misses. And then he is going to bonus action. He is going to hide. Okay. Wash's turn. Wash runs along the rooftops. What's her movement here? 45. Yeah, no fucking problem. She just jumps down behind these guys. And that one is blinded. This one is not. She's going to leave the one blinded alone and focus on the one that is coherent and cogent. Unless you have something else for her to do.
I mean, would she have advantage on the blinded person?
She would. Would you prefer her take out the blinded one?
No. How long is the guy blinded for? Is it a round or a minute or what?
It's until he wipes the ink from his face of an action.
Got it. Okay. Oh, he's got to take a full action. Great. Okay. Yeah, she can focus on the non-blinded one. Sure.
Okay. That's a terrible roll, Wash. She misses the first attack. And she tries again. That will hit. Rolling damage.
Can she stun at this level?
She can. She'll give it a shot.
You can try to stun that guy.
DC 15. He rolled a 15 on the die. He succeeds.
Wow, annoying.
But he does take 10 points of damage from the strike. She is going to reserve some of her key points, though. She's just going to attack. She's just going to make another unarmed strike. She doesn't want to blow everything she has on this one fucking henchman. And she hits.
Excellent.
She punches this guy for 9. Okay. And that's Wash's turn. The mage sees Wash doing this. Excuse me. Is going to hurl a Scorching Ray or 3 at Wash. So 3 attacks.
Good luck. Good luck, my guy.
One hit. One hit. Okay. Wash takes some fire damage. Wash takes 11 points of fire damage. The other 2 Scorching Ray bolts, she just like ducks underneath them and they into the wall behind her. The mage is going to use a bonus action. And you see suddenly it's as though he is blurry as multiple copies of himself appear. And his AC increases.
As a bonus action?
Yes, ma'am. Mirror image popped up as a bonus action. It's now Sagona Rose' turn. It is typically an action, yes.
He must be a sorcerer.
Something weird's going on. Let me go ahead and... Yep. Sagona's turn. She rolls her shoulders. He shot
Don't
me.
kill him.
Ugh.
He did. Oh, well, you can kill that one.
Oh, great. She claps the hammer against her shield, and just lightning suddenly as she calls lightning, and a storm appears right overhead. As she does, he's going to have to make a dex save.
Probably a rogue, though.
He is a rogue, but he didn't roll great. Yeah, he rolled a 14, which is not enough. So Sagona zaps him for 3d8.
You gonna channel divinity about it?
He's currently hidden, so she doesn't actually know if she hit him.
Got it.
She's just zapping the tower, and deals 15 points of lightning damage to him.
Hell yeah. Good job, Sagana.
It's now Wix's turn. Oh, Sagona will move up to cover here. Get behind that wall. It's now Wix's turn. Non-lethal. Right. Don't kill them. Not if we don't have to. Except that one. Okay.
Except that one. Focus the mage if you can. They're nasty.
Oh,
I mean,
sure.
you're not.
Focus the mage. Well, the thing is, he might die if I do that. Okay, nope, not doing that. And she's like sifting through her spell list.
Oh, God.
She looks around the side of the building, is like, is he closer than 180 feet? Yeah. Perfect. And she just holds out her hand and a chromatic orb goes flying out towards the mage. She has the spell sniper feat, it appears. Let me cast that. Attack. His AC is increased, but not by that much. Okay, she rolled a 22 to hit. Okay. He doesn't have shield, so he just takes a chromatic orb of thunder to the face. He takes 24 points of thunder damage. And then Wix... Yeah, it hits hard, and then Wix just like ducks up against the wall. Looks at Hiram. You got this. Great. Hiram's still out in the open, hasn't had a chance to do anything yet. Okay. It is now a target who was unknown by Fable and reveals himself here as he emerges from the alley. He has advantage on his actions because he is surprising everybody. He's going to attack Sagona with advantage. That is a 24 to hit. It's a D10. There it is. Sagona takes 8 points of piercing damage from the first bolt, and the second bolt misses. You hear Sagona say, "Stop shooting me!" Sagona needs to make a concentration check on Call Lightning. She succeeds. It's now Hiram's turn. He rolls his shoulders, draws the Flame Tongue Scimitar, and is going to rage as he runs up to this guy.
Yep.
And as he arrives, he's going to make his attacks. Now, by all means, if you have other ideas for what these guys are doing, please speak up.
Totally.
Okay.
You're doing great.
Okay. Attack. He's not recklessing because there's a lot of guys on the field. He should have. He missed. Okay, he tries again. He hits the second time. Rolling damage. 13 points of damage to this guy. And Hiram is on the field, raging him with a flaming sword. Okay. This individual reveals himself around the corner and runs up and is going to assist dealing with Wash. Makes 2 attacks. Misses. Wash will... Well, no, it missed, so she can't do anything with it. Tries again. It misses again. All right, next. We're doing great. Revealing herself around this corner.
Oh, man.
Another Goldswatch.
Oh, this fucking guy. Another caster.
It is another caster. Raises her hands and a chromatic orb out towards Hiram.
Miss.
Does not miss.
No. Can't deflect.
No, I'm afraid not. Hiram takes 20 points of fire damage, which is the flavor of this chromatic orb. And he is not a bear, so he does not have that. That Inquisitor is now on the field. She spent all her movement getting there. This Enforcer is stunned, incapacitated, can't do shit. This one is going to swing at Wash, who's in melee with him, and has advantage because of his ally. Even though the ally is blind, there's still a threat. And these particular fellows have pack tactics.
Okay.
It misses. He tries again. Natural 20.
Oh.
Wash takes 13 points of bludgeoning damage. Could have been worse. This Enforcer is blind. He's going to spend his action to wipe the ink off his face. He is in a cramped quarters with Wash. Well... Yeah, he's not going to risk the disengage. He's staying right there. Tam, it's your turn.
So much is happening. Which person on this field is looking the worst? I know the mage just got a chromatic orb at the face.
The mage looks the worst by far. This guy also has taken a hit, as is this guy, but they look fine, just a little damaged. The mage is low.
The mage is low. Okay. I don't like.
I will say the mage
that,
also has mirror image up, so he's harder to hit.
I don't love that Wash is up there by herself.
Okay.
He's harder to hit in melee, but if I cast Dissonant Whispers on him, it doesn't matter.
Well,
right?
spell saves doesn't. Mirror's image doesn't do anything to spell saves.
Yeah. So we're gonna do. Let's say a second level. Yeah, let's say second level Dissonant Whispers.
Oh. Okay.
I need a wisdom save from him.
I need you to know if this defeats him, it's going to be lethal.
Oh shit, I forgot.
It is psychic damage, and there's no way to non-lethal psychic damage.
Psychic, I had not thought about that. That's true. Good to know. Thank you for reminding me. A Vicious Mockery, similar, also psychic damage.
Yeah.
Fuck. I had not thought of that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, elemental damage just is lethal. There's not really a way to deal lethal damage non-lethally.
Yeah, that makes total sense. Let's see. How far away is this? This is 35. And I only have 30 movement.
You also, so this is a wall in your way. This you'd have to go around this wall all the way to get around it.
Okay, I am between a rock and a hard place, and I put myself here. Give me 2 seconds while I figure out
No worries, take your time.
what it is that I can actually do.
Actually, I see the time.
Yes.
We are going to stop here at the beginning of round 2. This is where we're going to
Okay.
stop the session.
Sounds good.
We will pick up right here next time. This is a good moment because it's right at the beginning of the encounter and we haven't really gotten anywhere yet. So,
Yep.
we're stopping here. Thank you for playing with me tonight. I hope you had a good time.
No
I
fun.
think you handled the skill challenges well. Well done.
Thank you.
You made decisions that definitely brought them to you, and the performance check really started it off well. So, thank you for playing with me tonight. I hope you had a good time. To those of you who are at home or at work watching, hi Penn, hi Emily, hi class, hi everybody else. We love you all, and I wish you a good night.